Hey, what's going on, y'all? We're going to get right into it. This is very nostalgic. Around the same time last year, this is exactly what I was doing. And it's just very interesting. But thank God I'm able to say it's a year later and I'm still here. So this is very interesting because I'm getting back in the flow of things, y'all. Not too long ago, I made a video talking about how important it is to have a routine. It's very important. But the reality is sometimes you do fall off. And I do think that there is a trick to not do that. And I think it's just discipline. It's discipline and focus. And sometimes it could be based off of the severity of the situation. Like, worst case scenario, if you're mourning something or somebody, sometimes you need to back off the routine. You need to back off the grind, the let's get it. Sometimes you just need to get quiet and be still and rest, get extra sleep. The balance is figuring out when you need that. And I'll use myself as an example. For me, we're in the we're going into the second week of December. As of the recording of this video in 2025, it's December 9th. And yeah, I'm getting back in rhythm. I've fallen off. And, but it started about 3 weeks ago when I got sick. And I'm one of them people, I can't stand being sick. I hate it. Not just because it slows me down and I can't do a whole lot of stuff that I want to do. It just, I don't know what it is. Like, my countenance gets lower. My energy is not there. For example, so I was able to go to work because I take really good supplements. So I sound way worse than I feel. And typically when I take the supplements, I'll feel the cold like in my head. It'll be in my throat, in my nose, and my head. But my body won't go through that achy feeling. You know, when you get sick and like you're sore all over and it's just like, oh, I can't even get out of bed. I don't feel like that most of the time. But it still slowed me down because there were certain days, like, physically I felt pretty good in my body to go to work, but I couldn't talk. It hurt to talk. And, you know, I would get the occasional headache. Sleeping in definitely would have helped. And I know for a fact, sorry y'all, I know for a fact that one of the reasons why I got sick was because my sleep was horrible. That might be for another video. And so that's a ripple effect. That slowed me down and kind of threw me off track for 3 weeks. Because, you know, when you get sick, typically takes your body at least a week and a half to recover. And granted, during that time, I never really recovered. I never slowed down and got the rest that my body needed because I had to get up and go to work. Still had to get up and get it. So I made a short the other day, and it was titled Mornings Like This, and it was extremely gray and foggy and cold, and kind of looked like this. But it was earlier in the morning, and the fog was way thicker. And the point in that video was just like, man, there's mornings like this where it is so tempting to just sleep in and do nothing all day if you have the means to. Or it's easier to just go to work and come home, or to just do work if you have the luxury of working from home. Do work and then do nothing the rest of the day. But if you have goals and if you have things you want to accomplish, you can't always do that. And if you do, it has to be strategically planned. Like, you have to plan to relax. You have to plan to get extra sleep. You have to plan to have fun, because you have a routine. You have a system. You still want to make sure that you do the things you need to do to get ahead. But when you get sick, again, going back to my story, you have to basically not be in rebound for so long. I think for me, 3.5 weeks, I just think it's unacceptable. But at the same time, like I said, I didn't give my body really, during the time I was sick, to recuperate. So I don't know if that was an after effect from not really taking care of myself the way I should have when I was sick, when I needed to, when I should have been getting extra sleep, when I should have been. And even though, I was getting some extra sleep, like when you get sick, when it's there, it's there. And you just got to ride it out until it passes. But I wanted to make this video to show y'all that would encourage you to keep going even when you do fall off. It does happen. It's not the end of the world. And I think for people like me who can, I don't know if it's because of how we were raised or just personality, we tend to beat ourselves up a lot when we mess up, when we fall off, when we, get out of bounds, and when we take the shot and miss it because that's not the way it was supposed to happen. And man, I should have been better. It's so easy to beat yourself up. And I think that is one of the reasons, I think that is one of the reasons why we can stay out of sync for so long. It's because we're so busy beating ourselves up, thinking about how we messed up. Moving forward in 2026, I think one thing I need to bring into this new year is, if the Lord lets me see it, because we still ain't there yet, is to not take so much time being upset that I messed up and just get up as soon as possible. So, I'm going to be honest, y'all, like, that and finding the balance of what needs to happen. So, not beating yourself up too much. But then another lesson moving into this year, into 2026, if you need to take a week or take some extra time to recover or to get yourself together, it's not the end of the world. Because if it's needed, here's the thing: you're useless if you're sick. You're useless if you're in burnout mode. You're useless. How you gonna be productive and get the stuff that you need done if you're running on fumes? I'm giving 100%, yeah, but from the 5% that you have left. So even what you're giving isn't as good as it could be because you're on empty. See what I'm saying? So take those 2 lessons. I would encourage you to take those 2 lessons into next year too. If you're someone who is ambitious and who kind of doesn't know when to stop, or who gets upset at themselves when they do fall off, know that sometimes it's needed. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And it is smart to have a strategic plan. Like, say, okay, I'm going to give myself 1 a week to just relax and reset. or one day, or whatever your routine, whatever works for you. And then second lesson, when you do fall off, when you do get down, just get back up as quickly as possible. And don't stay on the ground too long crying about how you messed up. So, happy Tuesday, y'all. Or whatever day you might be watching this. If you hung around this long, you're a real one, and I appreciate you and I love you. I love you even if you didn't hang for this long. All right. Have a good one.